Loving you is my fault. Chapter 1. My beloved left me. Don't leave me. She heard him say that he is leaving her and going to the city to earn money that he always desired for his whole life. She said, "You promised to always stay with me." "What about our kids?" she said.
Emma, I can't stay in this small town and waste my life to grow old with nothing but poverty.
Emmeline looked at him with teary eyes and a soulful expression. She was continuously looking at him without saying another word till he nearly approached the door. She suddenly stood from the bed where he has been sitting the whole time and ran to stop him. She hugged him tightly and begged not to leave. She said, "Don't leave me, please." She was tightly hugging him and crying nonstop, but the man didn't look at her and was trying to get free from her grip.
Emmeline, let me go, and I can't stay here.
She said, "If you can't stay here, take me with you."
I can't, Emma. I can't afford to feed and shelter you. Please let me go.
"I will work to take care of our kids by myself and won't burden you, so please take me with you."
Sorry, I can't, Emmeline.
He shouted and shut the door to leave her all alone. "No, don't leave me," she said. Someone called her, and she came to her scene. There was a wide window open in front of her with birds chirping and a warning breeze coming from it. She was washing dishes in a sink and spacing out. She ran to the door after hearing voices coming from there and opened the door.
"Emmeline, I was knocking the door. Where were you?"
There is a woman standing on the door with a basket filled with fresh-made bread and cookies. She is a woman with ash-brown hair and green eyes that are very common in the town. She is the wife of a bakery owner near Emmeline House, who always supports her in difficult times. "Sorry, I was washing dishes and didn't hear knocking on the door. Please come inside, Mrs. Adela Jones." She came inside and put a basket on the table where she sat herself. She was looking at her hard for a while and asked random things.
"I made these bread for you and kids. Eat them while they are warm and fresh." "Where are the kids, Emmeline?"
"Oh, thank you, Mrs. Jones. Albert went to college and Elira is still sleeping." Emmeline picked the basket and started to make tea for her. Albert is Emmeline's son, who is 17 years old and studies in college. Elira is her daughter, who is 10 years old.
"Emmeline, I know that you are still thinking about that man, but you should forget him and worry about your kids that need you. That despicable man doesn't deserve your love, Emmeline."
She fell silent and hadn't said a word for a while. Then she turned to put the teacup on the table and looked at her with a smile. "Mrs. Jones, I know that you are worried about me, But I don't care about him anymore and bring up my children with all my might as I was doing from the moment he left me, so don't worry. Emmeline held her hands and sat beside her.
I know, my poor child. Just forget him and live your life.
She left. Emmeline decided to never think about him and live her life for her children. Continue.